Hi everyone, welcome back to Learning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So guys, we are back again with another interview experience. And guys, आज वाले वीडियो के लिए बोलूं तो मैं ये लिख के दे सकता हूँ कि आज वाला वीडियो पूरा देखने के बाद तुम लोगों का मोटिवेशन जो होगा ना वो मोटिवेशन इंटू 100,000 मतलब कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो ये इस तरीके का वीडियो होने वाला है एंड आई नो इस वीडियो का वेट कर रहे थे तुम लोग, 2-3 दिन पहले ही लिंक्डइन पे बता दिया गया था। एंड यार इस वीडियो में हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं प्रभुदीप सिंह। एंड आई नो आप लोगों में से बहुत सारे लोग उनको लिंक्डइन पे फॉलो करते होंगे, बहुत ही अच्छा कंटेंट लिखते हैं एंड लोगों को मोटिवेट करते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं, गाइड करते हैं। सो आज उन्होंने ही अपना एक्सपीरियंस हमारे साथ शेयर करा है इस वीडियो में। उनकी जो जर्नी है ना, मतलब उसके बाद तो कोई कुछ भी बोल नहीं सकता। मतलब उसकी लाइफ में फिर ना यार एक्सक्यूजेस के लिए कोई प्लेस नहीं होनी चाहिए। अगर कोई बंदा इतना कुछ देख सकता है लाइफ में कि 12th स्टैंडर्ड्स में इतने कम मार्क्स के साथ पास आउट होना एंड फिर भाई लैक्स में, मतलब आईआईटी मेंस में जो रैंक हो लैक्स में, एंड उसके बाद जब भाई टायर 3 कॉलेज में लैंड करा तो वहां पे भाई अपनी मिस्टेक्स की वजह से मल्टीपल बैकलॉग्स उनको क्लियर करते रहे। सो उनके बारे में यार खास बात एक यही चीज है एंड ये वीडियो इसीलिए स्पेशल मैंने बोला मेरे चैनल पे कि मैंने लोगों को देखा बात करते हुए, अपनी सक्सेस स्टोरीज शेयर करते हुए सब कुछ, बट प्रभुदीप इज वन ऑफ देम जिनको की अपनी फेलियर स्टोरीज बताना ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है। वो ज्यादा उन्हें पसंद है शेयर करना लोगों से, क्योंकि उन्हें खुद ये लगता है एंड पर्सनली मुझे भी फील होता है, आप लोगों में से बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता होगा कि यार फेलियर ऐसी चीज है जिनसे हम लाइफ में बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं एंड अगर वो किसी की लाइफ में कोई वैल्यू ऐड कर पाए तो उससे बेस्ट कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता। तो यार इस वीडियो में पूरे उनके जो चैलेंजेस हैं वो उन्होंने बताए, फिर पेटीएम से कैसे उनको कॉल आई, क्या इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस होता है पेटीएम में, क्या क्वेश्चंस, क्या टॉपिक्स, एंड उसके बाद कौन सी मिस्टेक्स हुई भाई कॉलेज में उनसे जो उनकी इतनी बैग्स लगी और कैसे क्लियर करा। क्योंकि वो एक ऐसा सीन है ना यार, किसी के साथ भी होता है एंड खास करके स्टूडेंट के साथ अगर ऐसे चैलेंजेस हो जाए तो भाई लाइफ में गिव अप हो जाता है कि भाई अपने लिए कुछ बना नहीं है, कहाँ जॉब लगेगी, कहाँ लैंड करेंगे, क्या होगा, कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं रहता है। बट प्रभुदीप ने वो सारी चीजें रॉन्ग प्रूफ कर दी हैं। तो देखना पूरा एंड तक, बहुत ही अच्छा होने वाला है। रिसोर्सेज भी बताए उन्होंने जो वो फॉलो करते थे कोडिंग किसी भी चीज के लिए, एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक की कैसे भाई सर्विस कंपनी में लैंड करने के बाद वो मूव करे एक अच्छी प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी में, ठीक है। तो वो सब कुछ बताया है, क्लैरिफाई करा उन्होंने। इट विल हेल्प यू डेफिनेटली। एंड यार प्रभुदीप के लिए तो भाई कसम से बता रहा हूँ, लाइक जरूर कर देना ये वीडियो, क्योंकि बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग बंदा है वो, ठीक है। तो एक लाइक उसके लिए जरूर बनता है। अपने दोस्तों तो भी शेयर कर देना, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग इस तरीके से होंगे जिनकी एक भी अगर बैक लगती ना भाई बहुत डिमोटिवेट हो जाते हैं, तो उनको ये वीडियो जरूर दिखाना। एंड यार न्यू ईयर तक टारगेट है 10K पूरे करने का, और तुम लोग ना मतलब एक सब्सक्राइब बटन दबाने में तुम लोगों को थकान सी लग रही है। यहाँ पे पूछो यार कि ऐसे ऐसे बंदे को लेके आना, वीडियो शूट करना, ऑफिस आवर्स में एडिट करना, सब बनाना, भाई बहुत मेहनत लगती है यार। ऐसे ही बहुत ही अच्छी मोटिवेटिंग और अभी आने वाले बहुत अच्छे भाई कंपनी के वीडियोस प्लान है, ऐसे ऐसे बंदे जिनका तुम एक्सपीरियंस सुनोगे तो माइंड एकदम ऐसे हो जाएगा। तो उसके लिए सब्सक्राइब बटन दबा देना, नोटिफिकेशन ऑन कर देना। एंड लास्ट वीडियो में यार मैंने बताया था तुम लोगों को कि भाई कैसे मैंने मिस्टेक करी प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह बनाने में, कॉपी पेस्ट चीटिंग वगैरह सब कुछ बता दिया था एंड उसी चीज को दूर करने के लिए प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में बताया था। सो यार 30 दिसंबर तक वो सरप्राइज गिफ्ट एक्टिवेटेड है ई लर्निंग ब्रिज की साइड से, लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में देख लेना, अवेल कर लेना वो, वरना मिस हो जाएगा। एंड अब ज्यादा टाइम वेस्ट ना कर दो, फटाफट चलते हैं इंटरव्यू सेशन की तरफ। Hi Prabhudeep, welcome to my channel and first of all thank you very much for taking your precious moments for us and guiding our viewers and sharing your journey with us. So first of all I would ask you to just introduce yourself.
Hi Shashank, thanks a lot for having me here. It's pleasure to be here. Introducing myself, I completed my schooling back in 2014. I was not so good with academics, so I finally landed up in a tier 3 college and completed my BTech in computer science in 2018. After that, I joined EPAM Systems as a fresher, worked there for 2 years, and then made a switch as a software development engineer in Paytm, Noida.
As you said, you were not that much good in the academics, so please tell us more about that. Like, how did it happen? You started from tier 3 college, then landed into service-based company, and now Paytm. So please tell us more about that.
So talking about my academic performances, I precisely remember that I secured 68.2% in my 12th class. And when I gave that IIT mains exam, I was just able to secure 44 marks in that, and my all India rank was 6,72,808. Even after joining the college, my academic performances were low. It actually took me a total of 63 attempts to clear the 40 engineering subjects. But on the other hand, I was good with coding. I was good with data structures and algorithms, and these knowledge of data structures, algorithms, and coding actually helped me in cracking the interview.
Okay, Prabhudeep. So I would like to know it from you that how did you get an interview call from Paytm? If you applied from somewhere, then how did you do that?
I found out a SD1 opening at Paytm from Paytm's career website. After that, I went to LinkedIn. I searched for the recruiters of Paytm. I got connected to one of them, and I shared my profile and resume with her, and that's how I got my interview scheduled for Paytm.
Okay, Prabhudeep. So my next question to you is that what is the complete interview process for software engineering profile in Paytm? Like how many rounds were there, and in each round, what kind of questions, what kind of things interviewers were asking to you?
Okay, so Paytm's interview consists of three rounds. First two are the technical rounds, and then the third one is the managerial round. In the first technical round, they asked me, they started with an introduction, and then they grilled me upon the projects that I have made previously. After that, they asked me two data structure questions. One question was of medium level, and second question was of advanced level. In the second round, they again started with an introduction and again grilled me on the projects that I have made previously. After that, there was again one medium level of data structure question, and lastly, there was a high level design question. They actually asked me to design the Twitter. And in the third round, that was more of a casual talk. They actually asked me like the basics of Java, like OOPS and multi-threading, and the basics of SQL, and then they again grilled me on the prior projects that I have made.
Okay, Prabhudeep. So you were in a service-based company, and then after some time, you planned to take a move into the product-based company. So I would like to ask that how you were preparing for that, and please share some good resources with our viewers to prepare about coding, programming, DSA, and system designing.
For preparing data structures algorithms, there is nothing better than Geeks for Geeks. Literally, Geeks for Geeks is the god. So what I've personally followed is that let's take the topic of array. So what I personally did is that went to Geeks for Geeks, filter out all the questions that are there for arrays, studied all the type of approaches that we can follow to get a solution for a array based question, and then I went to HackerRank and practiced all of the array questions that were there. And talking about the CP, I have personally solved the Code Chef's long challenges that are really good to build your logical thinking and problem solving skills. And talking about the systems design, I would precisely like to take two names. First is Gaurav Sand, and second is Yogita Sharma. Both of them are having YouTube channels, and their playlist on system designs are really.
Okay, Prabhudeep, so it could be something personal for you and something interesting as well. So, as you said, it took multiple attempts for you to clear those engineering subjects. So, I would like to know it from you that what kind of mistakes you did there so that you had multiple backlogs, and sometimes it becomes very difficult for engineering students when even there is one backlog, two backlog, because they think that everything is finished now, or they had this kind of stress like where they'll be going, what kind of companies they will be looking for, whether companies will allow them in placements and not, what is the future. So these kind of stressful questions are in their mind. So how did you do that? How did you overcome that, Prabhudeep?
Well, the only mistake that I did was to not to take the college curriculum very seriously. I was not into studies and coding till my second year of college. I actually started coding and putting my efforts in clearing the backlogs when I was in third year, when I actually got to know that it's just 1 year from now that my placement season would be on, and now I need to put the efforts. It is the high time. Well, I was able to clear all of my other backlogs in my seventh semester, but there was one subject that was still left as a back, and that was my first semester's engineering mathematics. I remember that I literally took up tuitions in my eighth semester for first semester's engineering maths, and I was able to clear my M1 after 8 attempts. I would like to add one thing here that actually my backlogs gave me a lot. I know this sounds weird, but it's true. Actually, failing multiple times in academics helped me building in a attitude to face the failures and pressure in my life, and that actually helped me a lot when I was giving the interviews. Talking about my first job, I was able to grab my first job after I completed my college because I wasn't able to set for the placements due to those backlogs. At that point of time when I was giving the interviews after my college, I failed in multiple interviews. But as I said earlier, that I was able to develop a attitude to handle failures and pressure due to those backs. I was also able to handle this failures of failing in the interviews. Giving a different turnaround to your life is all about your attitude. Some people learn from their failure and move ahead, and some people just stop their life. You need to understand that failures are with everyone. And you also need to understand that failing once or even multiple times is not the end of the world. You can still learn from your failures and move ahead in your life.
Okay, Prabhudeep. So let's move on to the next question. You started your journey with service-based companies, now working in a product-based companies. And when we are in a job, so sometimes it becomes very difficult for the people to manage their time for the preparation after office hours, within the office hours, something like that. People find it difficult for them to prepare for good companies along with their job. So what is your suggestion for them, and how did you do that?
Really feel is that it is really not that difficult to prepare for a product based company's interview while you're working somewhere. You actually need not to put like 10 hours or 12 hours or 14 hours of study every day. Even if you just put 2 hours of study every day, you would be able to prepare yourself for any of the product based company. The point is you should be consistent. The main point here is to be consistent. If you are not consistent, you will not get it, honestly. Just prepare yourself 2 hours every day and for around 3 to 4 months, and you would be able to crack any of the product based company.
Okay, Prabhudeep. So I will wrap up this session with one last and final question. Like, apart from technical skills, what else someone should focus upon to grow in its career and to crack good product-based companies?
So apart from your technical skills, your communication skills matters a lot. The reason why data structures and problem solving is asked in an interview is because that requires a lot of thought process to actually come up with a solution, and interviewers are there to actually test your thought process and not just the end result. So let's suppose if interviewer has asked you a question, and if you are sitting like this and thinking of a solution, you are not actually communicating what is in your head. So it is really very critical that you actually communicate what you are thinking. Show the interviewer that how are you building a optimized solution from a brute force one, rather than just telling them the optimized solution. So this will make sure that interviewer is also getting to know about your thought process and how actually you are building the solution.
Thanks a lot, Prabhudeep, for sharing your beautiful experience with us and your tremendous journey with our viewers. So that was a very informative session. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session, and if you loved it, then don't forget to click the thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Do comment your challenges in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the notification icon to stay updated with all the latest interview experience on e-learning bridge. So we will meet on next Saturday with amazing interview experience. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.